Hello and welcome to Decision Day, the final day of Division 1 of SSL Season 9. I am Val, and I am joined by...
Laser.
And we got some high-stakes matchups to bring to you today. The big one is the relegation derby between Catalunya and Cairo. Loser goes down. That is going to be a heck of a blockbuster. Hollywood also looking to officially wrap up the title today. They would need a miracle to lose it, but, you know. But plenty of action. Yeah, plenty of action today, and we are actually starting off with that relegation six-pointer between Catalunya and Cairo in Barcelona. These two teams, this is not where you expected Catalunya to be at the start of the season. You know, you go in thinking they're going to be, towards the top of the table, maybe mid-table if things go badly. Things went worse than badly.
Yeah, they have gotten a good share of unluckiness throughout the season, but they've also it's just not been their season overall. I think perhaps you could call it a cup hangover, perhaps you could call it unluckiness, but something went wrong with Catalunya this season. They just haven't been able to figure it out so far.
And they're going to have to figure it out today because they set a point clear of Cairo going in. So it's basically winner stays up, loser goes down. Draw Catalunya would stay up, but only just.
Yeah. Yeah, and because of them, because these two are the two teams playing each other, that Sao Paulo is safe. And this is, I believe, the manager was saying that this is the first time in the history of the program that their fate has not come down to the final match day.
Yeah, I bet they're relieved to just go into the final match day like, we can not stress. We can just play vibe ball.
Yeah,
and it's also, it's also a dead rubber for AS Paris who clinched relegation or had their fate sealed as being relegated in the last match day.
Yeah.
Also, Buenos Aires took... Oh, we're going right in. Catalunya has changed the formation. It is a 4-2-3-1. They had been rolling with a diamond, and it's a 4-3-3 from Cairo. We'll see if that pays off for Catalunya. But I think they realized, things were not working. You got to shake things up for this immense match.
Yeah. There is no bigger match than this. They do have the super sub Mojo Rising as a starter in this match. It'll be interesting to see if they do sub somebody on. Take that super sub role.
Yeah, excellent off the bench usually, but you don't really see him have as much of an impact when he starts.
Yeah. Not much happening in the first 7 minutes, but it'll be Cairo trying to make an attack out of basically their own net. It's a good through ball from Yorkas to Torres. He didn't quite have the angle, and Juliusson was able to block the shot. Gunnarsson was right there as well. There'll be a corner for Cairo.
Yeah, it was a nice long direct ball for Torres. Got on the end of it, but in the end, couldn't really find the right angle on that left foot.
Yeah. And now there's the loney Hunter Jones who's trying to work his way into the box. That was a great pass. Split the defenders to Arisov, who put it back to Jeeves. And Jeeves already on a yellow, picked up in the 2nd minute.
Hunter Jones, the loney, has been an absolute godsend for Cairo this season.
Yeah. Ooh. He took a shot there. It bounced off of either Fist or Gunnarsson and went over the back.
And he almost had another moment there. Had a really nice goal. I think it was last match day, too.
I believe so.
He's probably been their best offensive player.
Yeah. Oh, there's a through ball. Oh, good save by the Heretic. That developed out of nowhere.
Yeah, Heretic almost kind of spilled that, but no real rebound threat.
And there's another shot by a coach that the Heretic is able to save. And Jeeves saves the corner. Gets a throw instead.
Yeah, 2 big saves by the Heretic. And every single one of them is key in this one.
Yeah. Looking at the shots, it's already 7-2 Catalunya. And there's a header. That's a goal for Joko Juliussen. The defender puts one in off his head.
Yeah, not the person you expect to open the scoring, but this is a great cross by Vins, and he's just completely unmarked.
Completely unmarked. Heretic made a good effort, but just couldn't get there.
Yeah, huge goal, obviously.
And they're attacking again. It's a Kocha to Maple, saved by the Heretic. Knocked out by Arisov. Torres puts it over to Hunter Jones. Jones doesn't really have an angle, so we'll put it to Arisov, and that'll be the end of that. That is a big goal for Catalunya. They do like to... they do tend to sort of score and then sit back a little bit, just force the opposition to try and get it past them, so that it'll be interesting to see if they do that here, if they really want to just hammer home all the goals and make sure that they are safe.
Yeah, this match going in was obviously going to be really interesting because, like, Cairo can't afford to play for a draw. They have to go out and try and win.
Yeah.
And for Catalunya, again, like, don't want to play...
Saved by the Heretic. That looked promising.
Yeah, and if you're Catalunya, you don't want to be playing for the draw because, you know, if you're playing for a draw, that almost feels like you're asking for trouble. But this has been a very good performance from Catalunya at a time where they badly needed it at halftime. They have, you know, Cairo have had a half chance here or there, but ultimately nothing too threatening. It does appear as though we will get some substitutions, so we'll see if that has any impact. Or maybe we are being faked out.
Yeah. We
have been faked out, it looks like.
Yeah.
SMH.
Yeah, Catalunya really just controlled the ball well. They got down the field. They made their attacking chances. They didn't let Cairo... Really, Cairo only had a few attacks, and those were in the first 20 minutes or so. And most of them were facilitated by Hunter Jones or Franco Torres. Whereas on the side of...
It was more like the Catalunya that we've been used to seeing in prior seasons.
Yeah. Yeah, Catalunya was able to attack with... We saw Kocha get 2 shots. We saw Juliussen score the defender off of a header. Of course, that is a set piece, which... a little more likely for a defender to score, but still, it's just everyone in Catalunya is getting involved, and you can't say the same about Cairo.
I think it was actually off a throw-in, which I guess is a bit of a set piece, but not like a big one. Whoa.
Wow. That was close from Dogwood Maple. It went just over the net. Yarvin it throws to a coach up to Muller to... playing hot potato with the ball. He'll go back to Juliussen, up to Fist, to a coach who shoots. He's way offside.
Yeah. At least he looked it.
Yeah.
Flag never came up.
I'd be very surprised if he wasn't offside, but I suppose it didn't end in a goal, or a disallowed goal either way.
Yeah, I felt like he was so offside that he'd crossed the border into France.
Yeah. Oh, there's another... Oh, Dogwood Maple, he's offside.
Yeah, he looked it.
Looked like he was just a hair off.
Yeah, we'll get a replay here. But, yeah.
Okay, well, a little more than a hair. That ball narrowly dribbled in to begin with, so that's a sigh of relief for Cairo, but they also still have not had a shot since that first 20 minutes.
Yeah, they just have not been creating anything, and the shot count is what they should be looking for their goal. The problem is that's the amount of goals they need.
Well, there's another shot, still not on target. And time is very, very quickly wasting away. We have 10 minutes or less, or about 10 minutes left. And the highlight we get is for Catalunya. Muller shoots it over the net.
Of all the things that have happened, that was certainly one of them.
Yeah. McFlop face to Rising to Vins. We're still not getting any Cairo highlights. That does not bode well for their chances at survival. Mojo Rising has it. Through ball over to Vins. I suppose that's not a through ball, but Vins back to Rising. To Buskets to Vins. Puts in a cross McFlop face. Heretic makes the save.
Yeah, and Cairo cannot blame the Heretic for this outcome. Obviously, yeah, he was beaten on the corner or on the goal, but like he has played pretty well in this one.
Yeah.
You can't really say the same for a lot of the rest of the team.
Oh, there's a through ball from Cup Noodle. It'll be Torres who shoots and is saved by Gunnarsson.
Absolutely crucial save by Gunnarsson because, you let that in, yeah, you're still in a position to stay up, but now Cairo has the momentum and they're going to come at you.
Yeah. Yeah, that really good save too. They're playing with fire.
Yeah, Gunnarsson hasn't.
There we go. Or not. Jeeves has it, puts it through to Hunter Jones. Blocked.
Yeah, you wonder if Catalunya, like I said, I don't think they'll be playing for the draw. I almost feel like they have because, they're maintaining possession, a lot. And, they're getting forward, but,
Kota just missed, hit the side netting.
I think they've been more focused on organization.
And that's it. Catalunya secures survival.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly the most elegant game, but Catalunya gets the job done. You could argue they probably could have won this game by more, but ultimately it didn't matter how many, just how. Are you going to win this? Yes, you stay up.
Yeah.
And Catalunya does, and they're going to be hoping that next season, Catalunya holds themselves to a high standard. So I would imagine, in that locker room, they're like, don't let this happen again.
Yeah. Yeah,
and as for Cairo, it's going to be
be
interesting to see what they do this offseason because I believe they're currently looking for a new manager. So maybe a rebuild might be coming, which we've seen teams.
I'd say that a rebuild is probably coming. I believe they're probably going to lose a few players. Of course, they're going to lose Hunter Jones. He's going to go back to Kopstad and perhaps be loaned back out again. It's hard to say. And hard to say who else may be on the move from that roster as we head into the season 10.
Yeah, because some players are not gonna want to play D2. Some players, might be out of contract. Maybe they're, the new management has a different vision, but that is a team to keep an eye on this offseason as they drop into Division 2. And on that game, they didn't, they got kind of what they deserved in terms of the merit of the play in that match.
Yeah, they had some good chances. Realistically, I thought that the XG in that match told a pretty reasonable story. It had a 2.22 to a 1.09, and I think a 2-1 would have been also a very fair result for both sides.
Yep, and we will move into our next game now. This one is a dead rubber, as was mentioned earlier. Both these teams have basically had their destinies already sorted. You have AS Puri, who has been relegated, and Sao Paulo, who is staying up.
Yep. Really, Sao Paulo could jump to 4th with a win here, so long as Buenos Aires doesn't overcome a 13 goal difference. But
gee, I wonder what could have made much of that up. I'm sorry, Buenos Aires. Yeah. It was right there in front of me.
Yeah, Sao Paulo could finish 4th, which would be the best position that they have finished so far. They have finished 6th in both of their seasons in D1. So they do have a little bit of pride to play for. Puri could, with a 5-goal win, perhaps jump to 7th. But it is, as you said,
academic at that point.
Yeah, it's the dead rubber game, so it'll be just a fun football for us to watch.
Yeah, but I believe this is the first season Sao Paulo's fate hasn't come down to the final day, and we were talking about it before we started recording. Like they're probably just happy to be able to maybe play around, have a little fun today. Like the pressure's not on.
Yeah, Yeah,
You can have fun, try stuff.
First glance, it looks like Sao Paulo is coming out of the same formation as they were in their last match day, which was the
one-man midfield.
Yes, there's Heather Bull, who scores in the first 20 seconds. Out of nowhere, Paris has a 1-goal lead after 20 seconds with a great chip from Heather Bull.
Yeah, I mean, this was very quick. You see Bull run into the space. I don't know if any of the defenders even caught her. And just, yes, I would like some salsa with that chip there. And yeah, it does appear as though they're using the same formation they did last game. Paris in a more conventional 4-3-3.
Yeah.
But yeah, unexpected early goal.
Yeah. You think you have things that you want to say, and then an early goal comes along like that, and it's no longer things you want to say. Oh, that dangerous from Sao Paulo after the save. And then
Yeah, Rage kind of spilled that, and they didn't really clean it up that nicely.
Yeah.
And we are flying right now.
Yeah. Swiftly into 20 minutes. Paris is shooting quite well. Seemed to be rather on the front foot. Sao Paulo with only one shot.
Yeah, you wonder if the lack of pressure is letting them express themselves a little bit more. Obviously, it's still, you got relegated, so you're got a bad taste in your mouth. But, Paris has a pretty strong team spirit. And today it's just like, pressure's off, have fun.
Yeah.
Play for some pride.
Both teams playing for pride, really. Just shot by Oak. It bounces off of Fesinovic to be recovered by Alistair. Bull made a run, attempted to get it to her, but Fred headed it out. Horvat to Oak, who shoots it over the net. Ansha with the throw to Ibrahimovic. Ansha making a run all the way over. Zanetti headed it out, but Ansha recovers again. Tackled by Cortez. Inclon put it to Enevier, who headed over, and it was cleared out. Vesinovic on the right wing, over to Enevier. Enevier gets to the line, puts it across. Blocked, I believe. That was a... Wow. Marflet fell down to block that shot from like 50 yards from Inclon.
Yeah, he shot that from across the channel.
Yeah. The corner comes to nothing, and then Ibrahimovic fouls.
Yellow, maybe?
Nope. Not a yellow, surprisingly.
Yeah, because I would have thought disrupting a promising attack, tactical foul, etc. Other technical buzzwords.
Yeah. Snooks to Bull.
That was an intramural ref for a semester.
Vesinovic with a good tackle. Sloppy. But Alistair was able to recover, gets it back to Oak. Oak shoots from distance. Rage makes the save.
Why not have a go?
Yeah. Played a double turnover. Clearance went to Paris, back to Sao Paulo, back to Paris, and Paris with it still as Brisky will run up the right wing. Put it back to Bull, to Brisky again, to Cortez, and Rage makes a good save.
Yeah. Another good attack from AS Paris, who are playing very well so far.
Yeah. That was over the net from Washburn. Yep, Sao Paulo are playing, they've always played very aggressively so far this season. Looks like Jonas Vesinovic may have pulled up injured right there. Perhaps not. Paris working it through the box. Cortez heads it over to Rage, but offside. I was going to say, I expect Sao Paulo to come out in the second half in a much more attacking mindset, if I were to wager a guess.
This is a team that likes to play fearlessly. They like to attack.
Yeah.
And they like,
Yeah.
Which
so seeing them with...
In the way they're set up, you kind of have to be attack, because you basically have no midfield.
Yeah.
It's about getting the ball into the box and just, outnumbering them.
Yeah, I thought that was going to end up being a goal, but Rage makes the save. That was a sloppy bit of play by Thesnovich tackling the ball from his own teammate, and it nearly ended in a goal. But that will bring us to the half, and it's a very deserved stat line, though perhaps you don't expect the one goal to come in the first 20 seconds.
Yeah, the first goal was really unexpected, but Bria followed up on that with a pretty, they've been compiling shots, they've been creating chances. I'm not really sure Sao Paulo has, created much of anything, really.
Yeah. Yeah, we're used to seeing Kofi Ansha just absolutely do whatever he feels like with that left wing, and we haven't really seen that so far in this game.
Yeah, he loves to bomb up and down that flank. He's almost like, I feel like he's been their best playmaker through much of this season as a fullback, giving them offensive spacing and putting in crosses.
Yeah.
But he has been pretty quiet today, as we will have no subs.
He has been very quiet, and I'm sure they're going to want to address that in the beginning of the final 45 minutes of action here.
They didn't give up a goal in the first 20 seconds, so progress.
Yes. It looks like Paris is just going to play a wait-and-see game and hit people when they come open. That'll be Alistair. Back to Horvat, who shoots it wide and high.
Yeah, it was a good cutback. Horvat made the run, but he is an anchor man, known for scoring. He is not, though. He does have, I think he scored an absolute peach of a goal earlier this season.
There's a chance for Sao Paulo. It's Thesnovich on the wing, back to Ibrahimovic, who shoots, and he just missed. Just over the net. Barfoot dove, but didn't need to. Ansha back to Fred, to Lexington, to Mayhem on the back line. Mayhem tries to put it clear. Thesnovich is able to recover, puts it up on the wing for Anavier. Anavier tries to put in a cross for Biscuit, but Snooks heads it back to his keeper.
Yeah, bit of a risky header there by Snooks, as it often is, like when you're trying to head it back to the keeper, because obviously there's that risk of an own goal or silly conceding a corner. Oh, here's a chance.
Papadopoulos just missed.
Oh, that's brutal. He does not miss those very often.
Yeah, and that was a glaring mistake from Lexington to miss that, too.
Yeah, good direct ball in, and he was one-on-one with the keeper, and, the keeper didn't beat him. He just missed.
Yeah. Yeah, and Sao Paulo is just not having a good day in the attack as we're very quickly down to 20 minutes to go.
Yeah, we haven't been saying Ansha or, Ibrahimovic or, whoever else that much.
I don't think we've said Coffee Biscuit's name once, and he's their leading goal scorer. Anavier header saved by Barfoot. Paris is working it in again. They're very good at playing that waiting game. Brisky to Bull. Ibrahimovic steals, Ansha clears. But it'll be recovered by Zanetti to Oak. Back to Zanetti again. And Oak again. It's a bit of a reset. Papadopoulos to Bull to Cortez, up to Papadopoulos. That was a good run. Shoots. Adam Rage makes the save. Lexington clears.
Very lovely, very patient build up there.
Yeah.
But this time, Papadopoulos gets the one-on-one with the keeper. This time, he doesn't miss. The keeper beats him.
Yeah. Yeah, it just really well worked. Now Sao Paulo attacking way out of their own back line. Dustinvitz nearly has it stolen by McAllister. It's a through ball, but put it too far, and Barfoot will get there before Biscuit does.
Yeah, I feel like this game has been very much the risk that Sao Paulo takes with such an aggressive formation when they can't really control the midfield. Here's another chance.
Yeah, Papadopoulos had another great through ball. Rage made the save again. It'll be a corner for Paris.
Yeah, they've been creating a lot specifically from central areas, and that's sort of where they have the numbers edge because they have the three midfielders, and Paris de facto has one. I believe, I believe even the goal from Heather Bull. Isn't Bull a central midfielder?
Bull is a... well, I know that when they were drafted, Bull was a striker. I don't know if they have moved across. There's... Whoa! Oh, wow. That was something. That was... And now Papadopoulos has a goal! Wow!
What an absolutely insane sequence.
What am I watching?
Borry Barfoot just goes full Manuel Neuer. And then it's just a couple of quick passes. Boom, boom, twine.
Oh, what a disgusting
on that shot.
curl.
The bend! What a shot. What a goal from Paris.
I was going to say, when that came off the foot, it looked certain to miss wide. What a shot.
You give him chances, eventually he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, and that was the third one they gave him. That was about 3 too many.
That came out of nothing.
Yeah. And that will be the game. Paris will they will stay in 8th in the table, not able to overcome that 5-goal swing. Sao Paulo will end up finishing 6th with 15 and a 0-goal difference.
So Catalunya jumped them. I actually forgot about that was possible. But
yeah.
They're just probably happy to have had a stress-free final day, even though, you never like to lose. But, didn't really matter that much. But a very good day in the office for AS Paris. And, even though they were out of it going into today, this gives them some positive momentum to go into the off-season with.
Yeah.
Book ended by a very strong start, a very strong finish, and a pretty strong 90 minutes in between.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really nothing happened for Sao Paulo at all this game. I mean, you see there, Inclán was the best performer. He was the lone midfielder.
Yeah, Biscuit didn't do much, and Brimovic didn't do much, and Javier didn't do much. Their big weapons just kind of didn't really do a whole lot. I think, Paris was trying to get them to maintain a little bit more possession, which you can't really do when there's one midfielder.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that'll move us into our third game, which is Hollywood versus Athênai.
Yeah, and Hollywood can very well clinch their title by a win or a draw in this game.
Yeah, I mean, they've de facto clinched, that 10-goal swing. That's a lot to have to flip.
Yeah.
But, never say never, but it's very unlikely. But also the top 2 goal scorers in the league going at it in Tiki Taka and Owen 44. 44 looked like he had the golden boot ran up, and then Tiki Taka, I think, has scored hat tricks in back-to-back games.
That I am very curious to see how that will pan out. I can see Owen 44 and Tiki Taka being the only goal scorers today, and 44 just scores 2 or 3 more than Taka can, just to really get it.
Yeah, he is very much a volume shooter in the first place, but especially Golden Boot. We know how Owen 44 is. It's a 4-3-3 from Hollywood. Nothing too, radical. Pretty standard. Not really what they normally use. Also 4-3-3 from Athênai.
Yeah, noteworthy that Taka is on the left wing for Hollywood, and Ricky Bobby is up top.
Yeah, maybe they're Wonder if Taka is going to be used as more of a winger or more of an inside forward that cuts in and scores goals, from the left side.
I would wager the latter. It will be Hollywood with it to start us off. It doesn't look like we're going to have a 20-second goal again.
Knowing Hollywood, I don't rule anything out.
Yeah, I made sure to wait until it was pretty much mathematically impossible to say that.
We know them well enough that they can create, basically like that.
Yeah.
Like that last AS per Eagle.
Yeah.
It's like it was at their goalkeeper and then 2 passes later. Boom.
Yeah,
there's nothing happening in this game.
Yeah, 1 shot each on 2 of the more explosive offenses in the league. Both on target, at least, but 22 minutes and 2 shots is
especially
not exactly what you'd expect.
Especially with the attacking firepower these two teams have.
Yeah. Yeah, you wonder if Hollywood is just trying to make sure they don't give up any goals. They can lose they can lose and still win. That was a sloppy giveaway. It's Tiki-Taka on the wing, gets to the line, puts it in for Putanesca. That was, couldn't keep it low, and it'll be a goal kick.
Yeah, they stretch the field there, try and get that cut back. But, yeah, wrong football.
Possible with a good run, with a good ball to Bobby, back to Liang Kwai. Liang Kwai will be on the wing, put in a cross for Bobby, who heads it, Anderson holds.
Yeah, not really much on that header threatening Yannick Anderson. Not a lot of pace. Not particularly placed, notably.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like,
Here's our
you miss 100% you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah. And I was going to say, here's our first attacking look for Athênai, but they promptly turned it over. So that'll be Hollywood working out of the back. And 44 is just lurking. Labovich tries to come up and force something, which he does, but not particularly in the way he wanted to. That'll be possible. Puts in a ball for Bobby. Bobby back to Taka. Heads it towards the net. Anderson makes the save. I thought Athênai would get the head to that first, but I was wrong.
Yeah.
And that's just about the half.
Up still one last highlight.
And it is for Athênai. If they can... never mind. It is for Hollywood. Bobby heads over the net.
Yeah, not really a whole lot there that was threatening anything because I don't think it was even placed anywhere near the net.
Yeah.
Yeah, of all the halves of football I've seen this season, that was technically one of them. There was not a whole lot going on. Like, Athênai has 1 shot, and, the XG isn't particularly high. It's not exactly high event, not exactly, any, get out of your seat moments. It's just, it's just kind of there.
Yeah. Yeah, I am very curious to see how this second half goes here. I'd expect Athênai to come out and really try and attack as we see a substitution, Calvatore on for Valor.
That's been the typical halftime change this season for Hollywood.
Yeah. I think I pronounce Calvatore's name differently every time I say it, too.
I say Calvatore, but that's just me. They want to correct me. They know where to find me, probably.
Yeah. I've gone through Calvatore.
Corner.
Perhaps the most notable thing we've seen thus far.
And it wasn't even that through. Oh, maybe on the counter.
Oh, well, yeah, it's 44. Being chased by Putanesca over to Fisher. That was sloppy. Tried to get it to Jaeger, but it was... Oh, there's a 3-ball to Ricky Bobby, who is in the striker's spot. Anderson can't make the save, and Ricky Bobby has it in the back of the net. Assisted by the halftime sub.
Well, I did say maybe from the counter. I just didn't expect it was going to be that counter, but they lose the ball in midfield. Athênai loses the ball in midfield, And Calvatore with a great diagonal ball to Bobby. Gets between the center backs, Lyndon Newport, and then puts it top bins.
Yeah, that was just outside of Anderson's reach.
Yeah, just a really well-placed shot by Ricky Bobby, who, once again, has been very good this season.
Yeah. Yeah, and 0-44, I mean, really, Athênai's top three have been kept insanely quiet. As we see on the touch tablet, the Nico Fischer has gone down to a 5.9 rating, which, of course, doesn't mean anything when you can make him play in a single moment, but worth noting.
Yeah, sometimes you just don't have it on a day.
Yeah.
And obviously everything's always going to be tricky against Hollywood.
Yeah. Yeah, Hollywood had a little bit of a slump in the middle of the season, but in the last few match days, they have picked it back up with a vengeance.
Yep, they saw Tokyo hot on their heels and were like, yeah, we should probably get going now.
Yeah.
And they have. They beat Tokyo last week in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Which essentially
4-2, 4-1.
4-1. I said it at the time, and I will say it again. I don't think Tokyo, based on like shots and XG, that game was a lot closer than 4-1. Tokyo just made a lot of silly mistakes.
That was a header by Bobby that was saved by Anderson, not particularly threatening.
Yeah, are Athênai planning on making like any attacks?
Well, you said it, so now they probably will. Well,
nope, they're gonna give it away in midfield again.
I think they're gonna give up a goal. Liang Kwai back to possible to put Nesca, who shoots! Wow!
Oh God! Holy smokes! That's a spicy meatball from Putanesca.
Well, I said they were going to give up a goal, and did they?
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, you can't do much.
I mean, maybe you can try and press him to, like, give him less time, but who is saving that shot? That is just absolutely placed to perfection, hit with some venom.
Yeah, talking to Bobby, Anderson saves. Almost had a third for Hollywood. Wow.
Yeah, for a game that has been pretty mundane, that was a moment.
Yeah, there's 44. He has a little bit of a chance, but he doesn't have a single Athênai player with him. He'll take it all the way to the wing, and then he's Liang Kwai sloppy play. Jaeger, 44. Joker crosses it off of Liang Kwai, and that'll be a throw and not a corner. Now there's a corner.
Yeah, it's corner.
Put in, headed out. Liang Kwai recovers. He's got Ricky Bobby with him. It's a 2-on-2, although Lind is quickly closing. Liang Kwai is just going to do it himself. Anderson makes the save. Ramirez clears it out. That was a really good play by Liang Kwai.
Yeah, it would have been an absolutely wonderful individual goal there, but the finishing touch was not there on that occasion.
Yeah, it was very hard to beat Yannick Anderson, although it has been the two goals that we've seen have not been easy shots to stop. Usually.
Yeah, there's not really a whole lot he could do. I mean, the first goal, was basically, if I'm remembering correctly, it was a one-on-one after a really good through ball. And then the second one, I mean, you could put the greatest goalkeeper in the history of the universe there, and he's not saving it.
44 got it. He was up too wide, and Labovich shoots, saved by Sterling. It will be a corner for Athênai, but that through ball was just a little bit too powerful. 44 could have had a crack at it. Joker puts in the cross, headed out. Fischer will recover. With only 30 seconds left, I don't think they're going to be able to do a whole lot. Tonic to Ramirez. And Lynn just hooks it back to the keeper. That's a pretty sure sign that they're just waiting out the clock at this point.
Yeah. Especially when your front three has been basically dormant and there's full time, and it is another Hollywood ending for the champions, and they retain their crown once more.
Yeah, Tokyo's very, very small hopes are no more.
Yeah, and
Athênai
this was
only 3 shots total on the day.
Yeah, this was a vintage Hollywood performance. They just, they created more. They shot the ball more. They were more, Athênai's front three, 44 can only do so much by himself. He had basically no support that entire match.
Yeah.
And Hollywood, I mean, you give them one chance, they get the goal, and then they get an insurance goal and just an absolute wonder goal that, for as good as Yannick Anderson is, he is not saving that.
Yeah. Anderson is one of, Anderson is one of the best keepers in the league, but in fairness, so is his counterpart in this match, Scott Sterling. So it's when two of the best keepers are up against each other and you have to take 21 shots to score 2, it's just not Athênai's day, especially not Nico Fischer's day.
Yeah, like I said, 44 can only do so much. He needs some support in the attack, and the wings in Fischer and Labovich just weren't there.
Yeah. Yeah, and that will take us to our final match day, which will be Tokyo and Buenos Aires.
Yeah, this one is a dead rubber knowing what we know. But both teams are going to want to play for pride. Buenos Aires, I mean, yeah, they had that one rough game, and they have been a little rough in the back half of the season, but still, they stayed up and, didn't have to wait until the final day of the season. They stayed up pretty convincingly, so great season for them. And Tokyo, I mean, listen, it takes a lot to knock Hollywood off their perch, and they came damn close. I mean, they came very close.
Yeah, they did.
If a few things go differently last week, we could be, maybe they could be the champs, but was not in the cards for them this season, but you will expect them to be back.
Yeah, I think Hollywood and Tokyo are probably the two. Of course, we will see the advent of regression into the league next season, so it's difficult to say how that will affect things, as there are a lot of S1 players, but Hollywood and Tokyo seem to be the two top teams in the league right now, with Athênai hot on the heels.
Yeah, but that's a next season problem. Today is about finishing this season strong.
Yeah, we are in the final match day. Aubuchon Touchet with a aggressive challenge. Asagi to Hayden. Oakdown makes a good save. And we've said it on this cast before. If Oakdown plays well, Buenos Aires plays well.
If he doesn't, you concede 10 goals.
Yeah. Buenos Aires. Oh, Ooh, good block from Knight.
Yeah, and he had to be absolutely pinpoint there because that could...
That was penalty territory.
Penalty territory.
Yeah, Buenos Aires and Tokyo, neither really have much to play for in this game, because, as you said, making it a dead rubber, but Buenos Aires, if they score 12, if they score 13, if they win by 13 goals, then they could jump Athênai to finish third. But again, it's one of those mathematical things that it's not going to happen.
Yeah, it seems unlikely.
Yeah. I'd eat my socks if any team scored 13 goals in a normal game.
Didn't someone score 12 last season in D2 against Laos?
It was...
Seoul, I want to say.
I think it was...
It was 12-3.
Yeah, it was 12-3. Oh, that's a goal for Skyrise! Oh, no. Buenos Aires. That just hurts.
There is no worse feeling than when the ball just slowly trickles over the line because it feels like an hour. So Rise just gets the shot. Oh, deflects.
It was Guevara.
Oh, that could have been... I'm not... they're going to give it as a goal for Rise. They could have given that as an own goal, frankly, I think.
Yeah.
Because I think that was going wide, but, I am not the goal judge committee.
To be fair, it could also be said that Guevara was the only chance to stop that shot, because it looked like the Oakdown just got frozen.
Yeah, and he just misfired.
Yeah. Nessie puts in the corner. Rise heads it home, and that's 2 for Skyrise. 17th on the season.
Yep, I mean, Skyrise rises up for this corner. Pretty simple stuff. He's at the near post. just beats his man. Great placed. Keeper didn't do anything. The man marking the post didn't do anything.
Yeah. I don't recall exactly who it was that was there that was inside the goal line, but didn't do much of anything, if at all.
Made a good statue.
Yeah. Rice has a chance for a hat trick if he's onside. Hayden shoots, is blocked by Guevara. Guevara will clear. He did appear to be onside, but didn't have a good shot.
Yeah, got a little in too deep, and then tries to find Hayden in the space.
As Toastman puts it to Versetti.
I'm still not clear on which one it is.
I was casting a cup game recently, and I was corrected, but I don't recall which one I was corrected to. So that kind of defeats the purpose of being corrected.
Whoops.
Yeah. Well, that's a good through ball to Shinji Kaito, who shoots and beats Oak down, and it's 3-0 Tokyo at 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's a direct diagonal. Couple of them. Boom. 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 Twine.
Yeah.
From goalkeeper to the other goal in like 2 passes.
Yeah, Oakdown did do a lot better on that one. Kaito just had too much room left over.
Textbook direct football. Just, two well-played diagonals, good runs.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Buenos Aires got out of that. They'll be very happy for it. Oakdown passed it directly to Shinji Kaito, but Kaito then turned it over. Oakdown finally hoofs it very deep, and it'll be Mike Rupp who picks it up and gives it to Visser. Visser with the... That was incredibly fast. And they'll move it to the other flank. Rise heads it forward to Caleb Hayden, who puts it over Shinji Kaito. Oakdown makes the save. That was a really good move by Tokyo. They just couldn't finish it off.
Yep, starts again with another good long ball, and then they move side to side. But in the end, Oakdown. So you get to halftime. Tokyo up 3-0, and they deserve it. Buenos Aires really hasn't done much. I don't even think we've really said any of their attackers' names in this one.
If you look at the top left corner up there, it was one shot for Buenos Aires, one shot on target, so at least they did that, but their XG was 0.00.
Yeah, it must have been... Maybe he was trying to chip from, like, the halfway line or something.
Yeah, and Tokyo does get the ball to kick. And already it's Skyrise on the right wing. Over to Asagi, puts it back to Visser. Through to Hayden, to Asagi, to Versetti. Asagi.
One of them's right.
That was a curling ball to Visser.
Boink, boink.
Headed out. Oh, all sorts of action in those first 30 seconds, but nothing ended up coming of it.
Yeah, Buenos Aires just couldn't clear that at all. And
ooh, nearly had one there. Off the free. That was the only attacking highlight we've seen for Buenos Aires so far, as Guevara is able to steal the ball from Hayden. I don't like when teams do that. It's
that's
just disaster waiting to happen.
That's a disaster.
Yep, that's number 4 for Tokyo. It's Caleb Hayden off the assist from Skyrise.
I don't think Oakdown is going to be particularly happy being beaten in the near post. What a ball that is to find Rise from Nessie into the middle. Hayden, wonder if that didn't take a deflection, but they see him rolling. He's Hayden, 4-0 Tokyo.
They did get a little bit of help from the post, but it was well on its way in regardless. Here's a kick from Asagi. And that's another one. It's Mike Rupp this time off a double header, and it's 5-0 Tokyo, and this is getting out of hand quick.
Did no one tell Tokyo what happened in Hollywood? I mean, it almost feels like they're trying to make up the goal swing, which, you know what? Fair enough. We're going to get a replay here on offside. Ooh, on the first one. Why couldn't we see one on the second header? I think that was the more...
It was Rupp that... Rupp was very onside for the second one, I think, because he had a Buenos Aires defender way up in the other corner.
Yep. You get the feeling that this game is a warning shot from Tokyo to the rest of the league next season.
Yeah. And here's another opportunity. It's Cairo to Hayden. Guevara blocks, cleared out. Thought it was going to be 6 there. There's a free from Gorkov. Cairo heads it out. Buenos Aires will recover, but what they do with it remains to be seen. The bright side here for Buenos Aires is that this Jekyll and Hyde, somewhat nightmare, somewhat dream season has come to a close. They were, well, nearly to a close. They were able to stay up after being promoted last season quite comfortably with several games in hand. Well, not several. But they also had some nightmare results along the way, as here's an opportunity. It's Caverno to Vandersloot, and Vandersloot just missed wide.
Yeah, I don't think anything fits the bizarre season Buenos Aires has had. Quite like they beat Hollywood, and then the next game they shipped 10 to Sao Paulo.
Yeah.
I think the highs are very high and the lows are very low.
Yeah. Yeah, here's another one for Rise. Is he going to get a hat trick? He is, if he's onside.
Which he appears to be.
No whistle. And Sky Rise has a hat trick. It took him 80 minutes after the 2nd of the 28th, but he gets it.
Yeah, just a really well-timed run.
Yeah. Waited until Oakdown dove, and then just put it under him.
Yep, patience pays off. Here they go again.
Messi puts it in. Oh, it's Toastman this time, and it's 7.
I mean, it's a set piece. There is really not much you can do on the corner from Nessie. Just a simple header. A lot of bodies were there.
Yeah, he was marked. I don't think you can blame anyone for that one, really. Here's another opportunity. We've seen it before. Once it hits the 80-minute mark, Buenos Aires occasionally just comes extraordinarily unstuck.
Man, I wish we had these games in reverse order.
Yeah. Messi
you imagine going into a Hollywood game after this, where it's like, oh, this might actually happen.
Oh yeah, especially if Tokyo can get even more on here. Because I mean, I believe I saw on the sideline tablet that for all Tokyo knows, Hollywood was only up by, they were drawn at the half, so they have, hard to say what they actually know from the sidelines is being given into them, but as far as Tokyo is concerned, this is still much within reach. Oh, that's a good save by Oakdown. Rise almost had a 4th.
Yeah, another very pretty quick passing build up there from Tokyo. A little bit less direct that time, but Oakdown to the rescue in the end.
Yeah.
Try and stop the bleeding some.
Yeah, and Buenos Aires will make an attempted pass forward to Vandersloot. But Tokyo controls. And they're attacking again. Kaido to Isagi. To Vercetti. To Kaido, who shoots and Oakdown saves. He was offside. Yeah, Kaido was offside anyway.
They've been timing their runs very well in this match so far, but that was not one of them.
Yeah. Babashan to Shet over to Rise. Back to Nessie. To Vercetti. Rise will shoot. It will be immediately blocked. Back to Oakdown to Of Katarina. They're
doing this thing again.
Yeah. Vercetti to Isagi to Visser on the left wing. Vandersloot blocks the attempted cross. Kaido will come back to recover. There's only a few seconds left in this game. I can't imagine that the official will let it go. Yeah. There we go. And that is the end of the season.
Yeah, and a great way for Tokyo to end the season, going in, this is a warning shot to the league next season. I feel like, you know, we ain't going anywhere. We're gunning for that title next year. They got the pieces. They got the brain trust. They pushed Hollywood as much as they could this season. Just came up a little short in the end. But you would expect, you know, they're going to be back and they're going to be contending at the top again. For Buenos Aires, I mean, again, like we said, this was a very Jekyll and Hyde season for them. The highs were very, very high, particularly the first half of the season. They beat Hollywood, which is, you know, massive. But the lows were also very low. There was this game. There was the 10-2 loss to Sao Paulo. Yeah, a very weird season, but they have a lot to be proud of. They stayed up at the first time of asking, and that's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah,
and quite comfortably.
Yeah, I mean, as we see the final table here, it'll be set in stone that Hollywood takes, I believe, their third consecutive league title. Tokyo is hot on their heels, though.
Yeah, Tokyo made them work for it. It wasn't like, you know, last season where they were basically in cruise control most of the season. They had to earn this one. They had to fight for this one. So tip of the cap to Hollywood. Tokyo second, Athênai third. Buenos Aires fourth. Catalunya jumps Sao Paulo into fifth with today's results. And then Cairo and Paris going down to D2. It'll be interesting to see how they get on, as London and Seoul will replace them in Division 1 for next season.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see if both of Cairo and Paris, or only one, or perhaps neither, end up coming up at the end of next season. It's always incredibly difficult to predict what could happen at any given point, so it's always very exciting to watch the magic unfold.
Yeah, and especially with the parity that was in Division 2 this season, like especially past the two teams that got promoted, it was very tight between like third and sixth. But D2 Matchday 14, this is not. This is Division 1 Matchday 14, and that's basically all from us. Thank you for tuning in to these casts today and throughout the season. Thank you very much for sticking with us. And we'll see you next season. Until then, I've been Val.
I've been Laser.
And we will see you next time.